When we think of the Blessed Virgin Mary, we usually don't picture her as a woman of action. Well, in this next Mystic Snapshot, Mystic Maria Valtorta gives us a rather surprising view of the Blessed Virgin Mary. She says she and her sister-in-law, Mary of Alphaeus, are traveling near Tiberias. It's nighttime, and the two tired pilgrims are proceeding in the darkening twilight. It'll soon be dark, and we are still in the middle of the country, two women alone, and near a large town full of terrible people. Beelzebub mostly, says Mary of Alphaeus, looking around, very frightened. Be not afraid, Mary. Beelzebub will do us no harm. He harms only those who receive him in their hearts. These pagans have him. Not only pagans are in Tiberias, Mary, and also among the heathens. They are just people. What? They have not our God? Mary does not reply because she understands that it would be useless. Her good sister-in-law is but one of the many Israelites who believe that they are the only depositories of virtue, simply because they are Israelites. They are silent. Only the shuffling of the sandals on their tired, dusty feet can be heard. It was better to take the usual road. We knew that one. It is more beaten by people. This one, among vegetable gardens, solitary, unknown. I am afraid that is all, Mary of Alphaeus says. No, Mary, look. The town is over there, a few steps from here. And here are peaceful kitchen gardens of the cultivators of Tiberias, and over there is the shore, only a few steps from here. Do you want to go to the shore? We will find fishermen there. We have only to go across these vegetable gardens. No, we would be going away from town again, and then the boatmen are almost all Greeks, Cretans, Egyptians, Romans, and it seems as if she were mentioning infernal classes. The Blessed Virgin cannot help but smile in the shadow of her veil. They go on. The road becomes an avenue, and thus darker, and Mary of Alphaeus is more frightened than ever, and she invokes Jehovah at every step, while they proceed slower and slower. Come on, take heart, make haste if you are afraid, says Mary. But Mary of Alphaeus stops and asks, But why did you want to come here, to speak perhaps to the Iscariot? No, Mary, or at least that is not exactly the reason. I have come to speak to Valeria, the Roman lady. Goodness gracious, are we going to her house? Ah, no, Mary, don't do that. I'm not coming with you. But why are you going there, to those anathemas? The kind smile of the Blessed Virgin becomes a severe expression while she asks, And do you not remember that Aurea is to be saved? My son began her liberation. I will complete it. Is that how you practice love for souls? But she is not from Israel. Truly, you have not understood one word of the gospel. You are a very imperfect disciple. You do not work for your master, and you grieve me so deeply. Mary of Alphaeus lowers her head, and then she bursts into tears, and she embraces Mary and says, Oh, please forgive me. Don't say that I grieve you, and I do not serve my Jesus. Yes, I am very imperfect, and I deserve to be reproached, but I will not do it again. I will come, even to hell, if you should go there to save a soul and give it to Jesus. Give me a kiss, Mary, to tell me that you forgive me. Mary kisses her sister-in-law, and they resume their journey, walking quite quickly. They are now in Tiberias, near the little harbor of the fishermen. They look for the little house of Joseph, the fisherman disciple. They find it and knock at the door. The mother of my master! Come in, O Donna, and may God be with you and with me, who am giving you hospitality. And you come in too, and peace be with you, the mother of apostles. They go in while the wife and young daughter come to greet them, followed by a little group of younger children. A simple meal is soon over, and Mary of Clophas, being tired, withdraws with the children. On the high terrace from which the lake can be seen, it can be heard lapping the bank rather than be seen actually, because there is no moonlight as yet. the Blessed Virgin, the boatman and his wife, who try to be good company, but in actuality it really is nodding off to sleep. "She is tired," says Joseph, excusing her. "Poor woman! Housewives are always tired in the evening," says Mary. "Yes, they do work. They're not like those there who lead a gay life," says the boatman disdainfully, pointing at some illuminated boats departing from the shore among songs and music. "They're going out now. They begin to work at this time when honest people go to sleep. And they do harm to workers because they go to the best spots, pretending that they are fishing, and they drive away the fish, and that is how we earn our living on the lake." Mary asks, "Who are they?" "Roman women and the like, and among the latter you can count Herodias and her lustful daughter and some Jewess as well, because we have many Maries of Magdala, Maries before repentance." Mary says, "They are poor wretches." "Poor wretches," says Joseph. "We are poor wretches because we do not stone them to get rid of them. Israel would be much better off without them. They are corrupting and bring down on us the curses of God." In the meantime, other boats have left, and the lake brightens with the lights of the revelers' boats. Joseph says, "Can you smell rosin burning? First they become intoxicated with smoke, and they do the rest in the course of banquets. They are quite capable of going to the hot springs on the other side in those thermal baths. Infernal things take place. They will come back at daybreak, at dawn, perhaps later, drunk, lying one on top of the other, men and women just like sacks, and their slaves will carry them home to sleep it off. All the beautiful boats are going out this evening. Look, look! But I am more angry with the Jews who mix with them. With regard to them, we know, shameless animals. But we, Donna, do you know that Judas the apostle is here?" Mary says, "I know." "He is not setting a good example, you know." "Why? Does he go with those people?" Mary asks. Joseph says, "No, but with bad companions and a woman. I've not seen him. None of us has seen him in such company, but some Pharisees have sneered at us, saying, 'Your apostle is changed. Now he has a woman, and he is in the good company of publicans.'" Mary says, "Do not judge, Joseph. What you have heard is only hearsay. You know that the Pharisees do not love you, and they do not even praise the Master." "That is true, but the rumor is spreading, and it is harmful." Mary says, "As it rose, so it will fall. Do not sin against your brother. Where does he live? Do you know?" "Yes, with a friend, I think, one who has a warehouse of wines and spices. The third warehouse on the eastern side of the market, after the fountain, I believe." "Are all the Roman women alike?" Mary asks. "Oh, more or less. They do wrong even if they do not let people see it." "Which are the ones that do not let people see?" "The ones who come to Lazarus at Passover. They are more retired. They do not always go to banquets, but they go so often that people can say they also are impure." "Are you saying so because you are sure, or is it your Jewish prejudices that make you say so? Think it over carefully," Mary asks. "Well, really, I really don't know. I have not seen them any more in the boats of the filthy ones, but they go out on the lake at night." "Well, you go out too, don't you?" "Well, certainly, if I want to go fishing." Mary says, "It is very warm. Only out on the lake is there relief at night. You said so yourself while we were having supper." "Well, that is true. So why not consider that they go on the lake for that?" The man is silent. He then says, "It is late. The stars say that it is the second watch. I am withdrawing, Donna. Are you not coming?" Mary says, "No, I will stay here and pray. I will go out early. Do not be surprised if you do not see me at dawn." "You are free to do as you like. And, come on, let us go to bed." And he shakes his wife, who is fast asleep, and they go away. Mary remains alone. She kneels down and prays. But she never loses sight of the boats sailing on the lake, the boats of rich people, all bright with lights, with flowers, singing, and smell of incense. Many sail eastwards. They become very small in the distance. Their singing is no longer heard. A splendid solitary boat remains out on the lake in a sheet of water upon which the moon, setting in front of Tiberias, is shining brightly. It sails slowly up and down. Mary watches it until she sees it steer towards the shore. Mary then stands up, saying, "Lord, help me, let it be." She then goes downstairs. She enters a room through a door which is half opened, and in the moonlight it is possible to see a little bed. Mary bends over it and calls, "Mary, wake up, let us go." Mary of Alphaeus wakes up, and, overwhelmed with sleep, rubbing her eyes, she asks, "Is it already time to go? Is it already daylight?" She is so sleepy that she does not realize that it is not the light of dawn, but moonlight that she sees entering through the open door. She becomes aware of it when she is outside on the small piece of cultivated ground in front of the boatman's house. "But it's night time," she exclaims. Mary says, "Yes, but we will finish sooner, and we will get out of this town sooner. At least I hope so. Come, this way, along the shore, quickly, before the boat sets ashore." "The boat? Which boat?" asks Mary. But she runs after the Virgin, who is walking very fast on the deserted shore towards the little pier where the boat is heading. They arrive, breathing hard, a few moments later. The Blessed Virgin is watching carefully. She exclaims, "Praised be the Lord! Is it they? Follow me now, Mary, because we must go where they go. I do not know where they live." "But, Mary, for pity's sake, they will think that we are prostitutes." The most pure mother shakes her head and whispers, "The important thing is not to be one. Come," and she draws her into the shadow of a house. The boat lands, and while it is maneuvering, a litter which was waiting nearby is brought forward towards it. 2 women get on it, while 2 remain outside and walk beside it. When it leaves, carried by 4 Numidians, walking in step and wearing very short sleeveless tunics which hardly cover their trunks. Mary follows it, notwithstanding that Mary of Alphaeus protests in a low voice, "2 women alone, behind those men, they are half naked. Oh!" After a few meters, the litter stops. A woman gets off while the leader knocks at a portal. "Goodbye, Lydia." "Goodbye, Valeria." "A caress to Faustina from me. Tomorrow evening we will read again in peace while the others revel." The portal is opened, and Valeria, with her slave or free woman, is about to go in. Mary goes forward and says, "Domina, a word." Valeria looks at the 2 women enveloped in very plain Jewish mantles lowered over their faces and thinks they are beggars. She orders, "Barbara, give them offerings." "No, Domina, I'm not asking for money. I am the mother of Jesus of Nazareth, and this is a relative of mine. I've come in his name to ask a favor of you." "Domina, your son is, perhaps, persecuted." "Not more than usually, but he would like— Oh, come in, Domina. Does not become you to remain here in the street like a beggar." "No, a few words will suffice if you can listen to me in secret." "Go away, all of you," Valeria orders. "We are alone now. What does the master want? I did not come because I didn't want to harm him in his town. He did not come in order not to harm me, perhaps with my husband." "No, I advised him not to come. My son is hated, Domina." Again Valeria says, "I know. He does not seek honors or armies. He does not aspire to kingdom or riches, but he asserts his rights on souls." "I know," Valeria says. "Domina, he should hand Oret the girl back to you, but do not be offended if I tell you she could not be perfect, her soul for Jesus here. You are better than the others, but around you there is too much filth of the world." "That is true. So?" "Well, you are a mother. My son has the feelings of a father for every soul. Would you allow your daughter to be brought up among people who can ruin her?" Valeria says, "No, I understand." "Well, say these words to your son. In memory of Faustina, saved in her body, Valeria gives you Aurea, that you may save her soul. It is true, we are too corrupt, too assure a saint. Domina, pray for me," and she withdraws quickly before Mary can thank her. She turns. Mary of Alphaeus is dumbfounded. "Let us go, Mary. We will leave during the night, and tomorrow evening we will be in Nazareth." The Blessed Virgin Mary says, "Let us go." She gave her up as if she were a thing. She is a thing to them. To us she is a soul. Come, look, it is already dawning over there. They go along a road which is no longer semi-dark and which opens in front of them instead of taking the shore. It is a road behind a row of modest houses. When they are halfway along it, Judas springs out from a corner. He is drunk, a Judas returning from who knows what party, with disheveled hair, crumpled clothes, his face beaten. "Judas, you in this state?" Judas does not have time to feign that he does not know her, and he cannot run away. Surprise clears his thoughts and keeps him fixed where he is. Mary approaches him, overcoming the repulsion which the sight of the apostle stirs in her, and she says to him, "Judas, wretched son, what are you doing? Are you not thinking of God, or your soul, or your mother? What are you doing, Judas? Why do you want to be a sinner? Look at me, Judas. You have no right to kill your soul." And she touches him, trying to take his hand. "Leave me alone. I am a man, after all, and I am free to do what everybody does. Tell him who has sent you to spy on me that I am not yet all spirit, and I am young." Mary says, "You are not free to ruin yourself, Judas. Have pity on yourself. If you behave like that, you will never be a happy man or a happy spirit. Judas, he did not send me to spy on you. He prays for you. Only that, and I pray with him, in the name of your mother." "Leave me alone," says Judas rudely. Then, realizing that he has been rude, he straightens himself up and he says, I do not deserve your pity. Goodbye." And he runs away. "What a demon! I will tell Jesus," exclaims Mary of Alphaeus. "My Judas is right." "You will not say anything to anybody. You will pray for him, yes." "Are you weeping? Weeping for him? Oh!" The Blessed Virgin says, "I am weeping. I was happy having saved Aurea. I am now weeping because Judas is a sinner. But to Jesus, who is distressed, we will take only the good news, and we will snatch the sinner from Satan by penance and prayers. As if he were our son, Mary, as if he were our son. You are a mother too, you know. For that unhappy mother, for this soul of a sinner, for our Jesus." Mary of Alphaeus says, "Yes, I will pray, but I do not think that he deserves it." "Mary, do not say that." "I will not say it, but it is so." And the vision ends there. This is Joe Roberts.